So thank you very much, sir, giving me this opportunity to speak in this very important session. Sir, as far as April 22 incident in Pahalgam, the entire country
I will look into.
is worried
Definitely I will
about
look into. Don't worry. This chair is impartial.
We all know
This
that
chair is impartial. Don't worry.
killing of these 26 persons
This chair is impartial. Don't
to
worry.
remain as a wound. Sir, this incident of Pahalgam, that can be called as a tragedy and considered in the deadliest of civilian massacre in India since 2008 Mumbai attack. It was such an incident, my learned friends, they have narrated the entire thing in this. Sir, there are certain questions remaining unanswered. The first thing is with regard to the culprits. This morning, the Home Minister said certain thing. Let us hope that it is truth. Anyhow, that was a very, very difficult kind of question we were all asking. And now, there is some more questions to be asked. That is, how these terrorists managed to reach a tourist place like Pahalgam, that too at the that time. We are claiming our efficiency, our technological know-how, and all kinds of things. In such a situation, what you have succeeded in that? What measures the police and the security personnel did for the safety of the tourists? That's a very important tourist center. What action they have taken to prevent this kind of a calamity? Similarly, sir, we have to strictly verify, threadbare analysis, whether we have intelligence lapse and security failure. There is no meaning in saying so many things. Ask your inner heart whether we have happened any lapse. If you ask whether there is lapse, I would like to say, yes, there is lapse on your part. You are replayable, you are bound to reply to the nation. Sir, government, we appeal the government to convene the meeting, special session of the parliament. You ignored that. Why? You could have convened that meeting, session, let the entire world know the truth. You had something to hide at that time. That was the reason you have refused our request to have this meeting. That happened in this. And even many eminent persons, they have said about the lapses in our activities. Sir, it is also to be examined that whether strategic planning was there. If it is true, if your claim are true, explain that. You have not explained that. You are just saying that everything is okay. That is your regular kind of thing. That is. And I would like to say with all the politeness, we must have an introspection. What is that? That is about international diplomacy of India. You are saying, sir, when you are speaking, you are saying, how bad is the situation? How bad is the situation in India now? Sir, we had a very good relation with many countries. Our international relation was best, sir, best in the world. We all know that as and when there was some crisis, even at the war, people were asking, people were waiting the voice for India. India had such a high regard. The whole world leaders had very, very effective and very, very cordial relation with India. That was our this thing. And if you ask whether India is having the same status as on today, I would like to say that it is not there, it is diminishing like anything. You are responsible for that. You are talking about the prime ministers, Nehru, Gandhi, and all the kind of this. I would like to ask you, what is your moral right, even raising the voice here on their behalf? You have no any kind of moral responsibility. What was their position? What for they did? We have to realize. Now, we can see Gandhiji and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He was mentioning about Gandhiji and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. See, I would like to ask you, are you believing in Gandhian philosophy? Gandhian philosophy, the main crux of the Gandhian philosophy is non-violence. You are motivating all kind of violence within the country also. You have no moral right to speak about him also. Similarly, sir, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru tenure, he was saying, you are also saying, sir, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, even Indira Gandhi, even you have, I think you have mentioned about our Vajpayee also. What was their performance, sir? What for they stood? We all know that Nehru was a key architect of non-aligned movement, advocating for peaceful coexistence and non-interference in the matters of our country. They believed in Panchashila. Sir, that 5 principle, what is that 5 principle? 5 principle of, that was a milestone also. That was what? Coexistence. Gandhi stood for that. Nehru stood for it. But what for you are standing? What for you are standing? You are standing to create confusion, unrest in this country and making capital out of it. You want to fish from the troubled water. So that is there. During Indira Gandhi, so during Indira Gandhi's tenure, there also we can very well understand that she was standing for the non-aligned movement. She had a position in the world. Whenever there is crisis in any country, they were waiting for the voice of Srimati Gandhi. That was the tradition of her. Similarly, sir, all these kind of things will really tell you that the position of Indian government today is quite contrary to the facts and the tradition of the other leaders which you all have mentioned. Sir, I would like to say a paradoxical situation also. What is that? India stood strongly with the government during this crisis. I was also one among the team, the delegation team with that. We went there. We explained. We are confident that we did our work assigned to us in a marvelous way. That was for India. Our voice was for India. But what is happening in this area? You realize we stand for peace. Our country's greatness and nobility is that only. What is happening? I conclude, sir. Now, I'm not going above the other subject. Now, what is happening, sir? When there is some trouble in the parliament, the noise in the parliament, members will say, sir, house is not in order. I am of the opinion that that same terminology will have to be repeated in all India level. House is not in order. It is to be made into order. Sir, what is happening here, sir? One single thing. What is happening, sir? Assam, what is happening? People are dying. They are going to be stateless persons. People are crying, sir. 45-degree heat. Open air, they are staying there. They have been evacuated. They have been forcibly removed. They are, Chief Minister there have given instruction to delete them the playlist. On what basis? They want to make these people stateless people, as Rohingya refugees. That is the thing. If this government is keeping silent, you will be doing a sin in this. We have to reopen. When you are talking about the cordiality and country's interest, you have to think this kind of thing, sir. I am going to conclude, sir. I urge upon the government to send a delegation of this house and make an inquiry in that. What is happening in Assam? That kind of situation you cannot repeat in this country, sir. This country is country for peace and prosperity. That you have made all kind of difficulties and hurdles and obstacles in before that, sir. I am concluding, sir. Proudness of India. Proudness of India is solidarity, sir. I am concluding, sir, with the one sentence. Proudness of India is our asset, our greatness. Before the world, we are saying ours is the biggest democracy.
Please,
unfortunately, as corrected by you and others, you have spoiled the entire thing, spoiled the image of the country. You have to correct yourself. I hope that wisdom will prevail upon you. With the few words, sir, I conclude. Thank you very much.
Abdul Rashid.